Welcome all to this session of Realm of the Lost Gods, a Guildhall Gamers production. Now, back to the plot. Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 20.
The big 2-0.
It is actually kind of surprising that we've gotten this far. I am very happy for it. So,
Yes.
without further ado,
Oh shit, that's me.
do we want to have a recap? Or should I stall out for...
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to stall out for a hair longer. To let you get your notes. Let me get my camera resorted, because it needs to be resorted almost every single session. It's fine. There we go. Now it's more direct on. And I'm going to do a
Water.
couple small retcon things. Nothing major for the majority of you, just putting this out there as proper statements. First and foremost, it was mentioned that this initial trip was going to take just under a month, but in fact is going to take closer to a month and a half using the ship. The party is still doing that particular aspect, making their life a little easier. And that's the biggest piece I needed to address, giving God as much time as I could on that particular aspect.
Yes. Okay. I think I've refreshed. Oh, I think I have the perfect storytelling device for this recap. Considering the scene that we are in. So let me know whenever you're ready.
Take it away.
Aye, sit down, crew, and let me tell you the tale of these bunch of fuck-ups. So last time we met, the party had regathered after traveling and taking some training times, a bit of time ashore, bit of shore leave, that is it be, and find their way back together at a big tree. Um, no, a tree is not a mass, Horatio. A tree is what we make masts from. Anyways, after that interruption, and if you interrupt me again, you're walking the plank. Anyways, the party regathers, meets a strange individual, and gets told about a certain game. They make their way down and they plug up a well and get infused with magical energy. We don't know yet what that's going to do to them. But then they come back up. They meet one of the barons of the baronies. I know we've had to have a few slips and slides around one of their coastlines once. We don't mess with them. They got some answers and got told about this other party who had unplugged that earlier well and set off this whole thing. They're trying to ascend into divinity or some higher level of power, and our little group of fuck ups seem to be called in to stop them or do the same. We'll see what happens. They manage to get some answers and decide to return to the port of Mandan to charter a ship and make their way to Pardine, where one of the other figures may be found. They manage to revisit some old locales, say hi to some old friends, and be teased by some new ones. And eventually they manage to get passage aboard the Jasper. After some wrangling, they find themselves aboard, setting off on this fanciful new adventure that's going to take what was that? Oh, 6 weeks. 6 weeks. We corrected ours. The winds be more fair this way. Uh, Aye, Captain, back to you.
All right. So,
God fucking damn it.
I did the best I could on short notice, guys.
You did great. No, you did great.
Are you kidding me? That was my weakest I've ever had.
It was funny. It made me laugh, so you win. That's all I have to say.
I found it very well done. Which is the opposite of
We're not gonna throw you off the plank.
Thank you.
So, we will pick up right at the right before shipping off. Early morning. The last little bits of things are being put together for casting off. You're all given a small set of quarters. They've actually done up some of the normal storage space that they would do and made them into a couple small rooms for you all. It's not the super coziest of things. It not the Jasper not being a very large ship, but it is still adequate. As Skad is getting ready to head up onto the ship, Henry walks over and gives him a little nudge.
Morning.
Morning.
I wanted to thank you again for helping make this passage possible for me and my public posse.
Yeah. It's funny that this is how things have ended up.
Yeah, you and me both. Listen, and I just kind of try to guide him away from where most folks are and we're not being listened to. I do at least want to take a quick chance to genuinely say thank you and yeah, what the hell? To apologize for some of the ways I've made some of your other work difficult. It wasn't my intention. I didn't know better. I do now. All I ask is they give me the chance to make it up to you and everyone else.
We'll see how well that chance goes.
That's all I can ask. I'm gonna hop aboard.
Yeah. Safe travels.
You not joining us?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I have work here that needs done, and
Speaking of, and pulls out a small little, just some folded sheets of paper. These forms, not these forms, but the forms that these notes are talking about will probably help you hide a couple of other pieces of work later. If you need to move some stuff around.
all right.
The least I can do. Hand him the little notes, kind of ways to sneak through the cracks of the bureaucracy even better, and then hop aboard.
You all get aboard the Jasper, and shortly after dawn breaks, the first mate gets up to the to a spot above and behind the wheel where the captain is standing and barking out orders already. And as soon as the gangplank is pulled and they've weighed anchor, the air genasi summons up a wind and starts taking them away from the docks. You've been told that the first leg of the trip, which is from Mandan to Sylvane, is about a day's travel. After that, you'll be staying in port for about a day. And might be 2, depending on what the timing is of ships going along the Great River. Once the ship is cleared to head down the Great River, then the true long trek is going to start. Do any of you do anything on your first day?
Yeah, I would probably be pestering Llama, and being like, "Look, we're on a boat. We're on a boat of your people, maybe." And then I would try and figure out ways that I can still work out and keep up with the training, so that way my mentors don't beat the ever living shit out of me again, and I
Oh.
don't fall out of practice, even though I know they're gonna go even harder on me next time, which is fine. I like that, but at the same
Llama's
time,
Llama's just gonna tell you to run up and down the mast to the crow's nest.
okay,
few
that's what
times.
I'm gonna do. That's how I'm gonna get my run in. Is just doing that over and over again until I'm tired.
You're not gonna be pestering everyone that you want to kill something. Blood, 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 blood.
Oh, I'm muttering that as I'm running back and forth.
Oh,
Blood,
okay, okay,
blood,
good. I
blood,
just wanted to
blood.
check.
I'm
You're-
getting my aggression out this way so that way I don't
Yeah.
just randomly stab.
You're also
like,
passing Skad, who's doing a very similar workout routine, just in a slightly different way, because he also has a small workout routine to keep up some of his skills now.
So, fun
Oh.
fact, when you get to the top of the crow's nest, the first thing that you are greeted with is a fairly young looking drow woman.
fancy meeting you here, but I gotta keep running.
Dang.
Anyways, what?
A lot of my work is also a lot of upper body strength, so I kind of do monkey bars alongside. I don't put my feet down as much the whole time. I still do, but it's learning how to scramble and move across things. I pop up to the crow's nest. Oh, morning. Just let me know if I get in your way.
Oh,
Sorry,
don't
Guild.
worry.
I didn't mean to blow her off. It just at this point, Silver's just trying to figure out her routine, so she's not gonna stop. She's just gonna fancy meeting you here, bye, and then run back down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, when you mentioned
Try to
of
at least try to be
I'll
polite.
let me know if I get in your way. She looks at you. Don't worry, I will.
Cool. And I actually don't climb up into the crow's nest. I just sidle along the outside, just sort of hanging, scrambling around, then down the other rope. The first day is a slower trek, just kind of pathing it out. And then as the days go on, it'll get faster. Because I want to get the feel of the ship first.
Both
Then
of
I'll
you
spend
give
little
me
time
a
just watching.
athletics check, and
All
someone
right.
else give me a D12 roll.
Can
Ooh,
I
I'll
get
do
an
the D12.
advantage because I'm nice?
Where did
You would have
my-
advantage for the fact that you've been doing a workout routine, but you have disadvantage for the fact that you're on a fucking boat.
So
I hope
Yeah.
you
just
fall.
even.
I hope
on it.
both of
So
you
it's just
fall.
roll. It's just a flat roll with modifiers.
Ooh,
I see
that'll
that
be a dirty 20.
Also, not a
Sylvane
dirty 20. 18.
Uh,
I got a 3 for the D12.
I'll take both of those rolls in consideration. So your first day is actually very nice. It's
As a note, oh sorry.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, as a note, since you asked all of us, Fiacre just kind of watches them climbing around and doing all these huffy chuffy workouts, and Fiacre's kind of splits their time, I think, 3 ways. Um, I think that on one part they spend a little bit of time trying to sort of learn the rhythm of, because Fiacre's never really been on a big ship like this. So I think Fiacre spends a little bit of time sort of with their violin trying to figure out how to play it in a way that they can just casually play some music on a constantly moving floor, which they're not really used to, and because bowing the strings of a violin is so particular, it does kind of take them a little bit to kind of get into the sway of the ship to be able to do it. They do that. They perhaps read some quotes from some nautical epics to some of the working crew, just to kind of give them a little bardic inspiration as the day goes on, just in hopes of helping the voyage go well. And I think the rest of the time they spend trying to befriend Captain Lasantis for no particular reason.
No reason.
Yeah.
No reason. They're not hot or anything.
Filigree is spent on the deck actively trying not to be ill. Yep.
And Mithluna is talking to everyone and definitely spending a lot of time in the galley eating, it's home food. Just going to eat home food.
Anytime that you are interacting with people, they initially start off using Hordun, but as soon as they hear your accent, they immediately switch. Unless you start off talking with them in Esri.
Oh, I start out talking to like if it's especially if my friends aren't around. Like if my friends are around, I will start with Hordun just to be polite. But if any of the lovely friends are not around, she's absolutely just starting with Azri.
And as soon as you are talking to Esri and they hear your accent, air quotes, they they can tell, oh, you are native. You're just a paleborn, which happens. I mean, elves, the drow were once elves from other areas, and then the Azir kind of just like changed them. And sometimes other genetics just go, hey, guess what?
Yep. And I'd say maybe not just Paleborn, but Moonborn.
Moonborn is probably something that you've heard from outsiders. There is no moon in the Azir.
True.
Like, it is just the stars.
One
That is
point of
no
clarification.
moon.
My workout is nowhere near as hardcore as Silver's. Scott's is more just, making sure he just keeps up a mid-level, staying worthy of that D10 hit die. Mostly it's dexterity and acrobatic, trying to just make sure he stays limber and moving.
Every time Silver passes you, she's gonna be like, haha, weakling. And then she's just like right past you.
Yeah.
So,
mine doesn't go nearly as long as Silver's.
Silver, what was your roll again?
18.
All right. So, yeah, you're both keeping about the same kind of pace.
I know, but Silver probably wouldn't let that show,
Eh,
you know,
Yeah.
because she does have a harder workout. So she's like, it's fine.
Scott's
I'm-
just in his head. This is his morning run idea. Like the morning run is how he just kind of takes everything from the day before, plans his day, figures things out, gets acclimated to what's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, because Silver is in her full armor. She has both of her axes in her hand, using those as weights because she has to use those as like to keep her arms muscular.
Mhm.
So, Billy, it doesn't take long for you to meet the only Duagar on the ship.
Mm.
Her name
Okay.
is Pageful,
Whoa.
and she's an older woman. The normal reddish hair that you would see from Duagar is turning to more of an ashen gray.
Hey there. Nice to meet you. I'm Filigree Ironblood. Yeah, how long you been sailing?
I've been on the ships most of my life, but this particular one, I got with them. How would you count it? 4 seasons ago?
Hmm. All right. Yeah. So whole life on boats. I mean, I guess relatively new to this ship in life speaking. Uh what's your specialty around here?
I am the uh cut woman, and I also help with navigating star charts. But mostly, my reason for coming up to you is the
Mm.
first job. She says as she holds out what looks to be just like a small, like, finger sandwich.
Uh, that's much appreciated. I'm a healer by trade. Well, smith by trade, healer by divine providence. Anyway, long story. Just never got sea legs. Always been a bit of a land dweller myself, but thank you. It's much appreciated.
You are more than welcome. And if it, after that, persists much more,
Mm.
she says, and as she, like, brushes around her chin
Mhm.
area, uh, there's no roll necessary. You can tell that she can tell that you're a little green around the gills.
Yeah. Uh, I appreciate that. I'm sure I got ginger and such in my packs. I'm just waiting to be able to go inside. It's gonna take a minute. I'll get there.
That'll
I'll
help
make
you
it.
until then.
Uh,
And as a reminder point,
mhm,
if it becomes difficult, stand at the one of the sides
mhm,
and look directly at the point in the horizon.
mm, okay. That's
And then after you start feeling the movement under you, close your eyes and let go and let it rock your feet. It takes time.
mhm, uh, I appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind. Um, so the likelihood of my two um shorter attention span companions falling off that and breaking just every bone in their body. High? I feel like that's a high probability.
She looks up at them adjusts her very, like, all she is wearing for upper clothing is a bit of simple binding range and a long vest. Like, the vest itself comes down to about her knees.
Okay.
And her leg wear, like most everyone else's leg wear, is very loose fitting pants that stop around mid shin. And almost all of them are barefoot that are actually running around. And you are starting to notice that the reason that they are barefoot is when they climb up the like ropes and stuff, they're using the whole foot. The people who are actually doing like the physical work are wearing boots. Simple, but boots. The captain is also currently wearing boots, yes. Because I know you're going to ask.
Fine. It's fine.
Thank goodness.
She also is currently wearing boots.
Okay. I see no one around here, well, very few around here seem to be worried about things like, I don't know, splinters, nails sticking out of the wood, general slips, trips, and falls, jabbing a toe in places. You know, just like I get it logically for the ropes and the like, but yeah, just
The people
it's
who
fine.
He looks around and then looks back to you. The people who work those riggings are used to their situation, and most of the ones that get that particular job have been on the ship long enough to know when not to stand.
Fair enough. I guess it all comes with practice and time. Um, so this trip's gonna be little over a month or so getting there.
As our understanding, yes.
Mm. Uh, and if you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to say anything, um, but I got a kind of a vibe from the captain and regarding our escorts that we're bringing along with us. Is there a reason why most don't like young mages on the ship? And how does the crew feel about that?
The reason most people don't like a young mage on the ship is they are untrained. They don't know what they're doing, and the last thing that we need is not knowing their potential, or worse, them having a mishap with their magic. So, after talking with the caretaker, we are less worried about her. Well, most of us are, anyways.
That's good. Yeah, any individuals you'd like to I mean, you've been at this a while. Is there any persons that are particularly unfriendly to outsiders from the ship?
Not terribly that I can think of.
Fantastic. Um, I'm sure the young mage is gonna do just fine, keeping to herself, not causing any problems. And the wizard should mostly mind his own as well. I do intend to check up on them here relatively soon. Again after this passes. Um, but yeah, it's and you said your name was Pageful?
Yes.
That is great meeting you. Um, if you need any assistance, let me know unless it's going up real high, because absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm a I'm a down here person.
Understandable.
Mm.
She nods to you and just walks off and heads down below
Mm.
decks.
No. I'm gonna hurl. Then I'm gonna go stare at the horizon.
Do you actually eat the little sandwich that she gave you?
Yeah.
You notice that it's actually a sweet sandwich. Tastes of ginger and peppermint.
Oh hell yeah.
It's some simple bread, a little bit of
Mm.
ginger butter,
Mm.
and peppermint jam.
All right. Spicy but sweet. Got
That's sick food right there.
it.
The short version of
Simple.
like you're ill, stomach not happy. Here's happy stomach food.
Stop that. Thank you. That's awesome.
And as soon as Mithluna is also keeping an eye out for when Skad and Silver are kind of done with their morning workout, because she's definitely dragging them down to the galley for food.
Silver
I
won't quit until she's like super drippy sweaty. Like it's like a harder workout, so it might be a minute.
Yeah, Skad finishes first. That's what I was thinking. He doesn't go. It's more of a get the.
Oh.
So, he's much better with his hands. For him, it's more about just getting the blood pumping. It's not about wearing him out. He's still got to go all day.
I mean, that tracks. That tracks
Yeah.
that Scott would finish first and Silver would have the endurance to keep going. So,
Yeah, no, Scott's is about pacing himself.
Billy
making
throws
sure
himself
he can
off the
keep
boat.
going.
No, I can't.
Mithluna is just going, do you guys want food or not?
Oh,
I'm taking you to food.
I
I
have
can
to
eat.
finish this workout.
Yeah,
So
I
I'll come
actually
down
just
as soon as
finished
I'm
up
done.
so I can eat, and I join you for food.
Sorry.
Guild Silver would go the equivalent of what she did before she worked out with Lucas and everyone. So, and I'm spacing on the main chick's name.
Lady Gant.
Gant, yes. So she would go about the equivalent of that, and then they would head down to the galley.
So when you head down to the galley, Mithluna, there's someone that is sitting at one of the small tables that wasn't down there a moment ago. It's looks to be a high elf, but with a bifurcation in his ear. He's wearing fairly nice clothes, though nice bright colors. He has a Sihedron pendant necklace, which you've seen that on a few higher captain ranges, but he, again, looks kind of like a high elf, but more Eladrin than anything else.
All right.
And Skad,
Do
yes,
I
you
find
do
him
recognize him.
It's him.
It's him.
I'm like, oh,
And he just looks at you and waves. Note, he wasn't on the ship any of the times that you have walked through it. And you've probably walked through the ship at least once.
yeah, but Scott's not surprised at all. Like, he's seen what this guy could do. Uh, unexpected. I hope I didn't do anything wrong.
No, it just felt like going on a little bit of a trip. I mean, it's been a minute since I've sailed on this ship. On that
Hey.
note, just picks up a plate of curry and rice and walks upstairs.
Oh, thank you. Good to.
Friend of yours?
More like my boss.
Back at the docks?
Let's talk about this over food. My workout got me hungry. We get food. Scott's just trying to catch his thoughts. 'cause they're
Insight
running at a mile.
check on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me remind
As you're
myself what
rolling
the
those,
insight is.
those of you that are up on the main deck, you see this man step out onto the deck, look up at the sky and smile for a second, and then out of nowhere, he's just reaches behind him, pulls out a lawn chair made of shadow, and sets it out, sets it down, and just
Wait.
sits
You
on the
work
lawn
for
chair.
Shadow Florida Man?
No. You guys know that gif of Jason Momoa snapping out the chair before
It's not
sitting
Jason
down in it?
Momoa. It's a different actor, but yes, I know the exact one you're talking about.
I could have sworn it was Jason Momoa.
Also,
Popping
Mithluna knows
out. That's what I
nothing.
do. Just
I rolled a 1 for insight, so she was like, "All right, yeah, that tracks."
I rolled a 17 charisma. Who's just like,
3.
he's not lying. He's basically, he's just like, let's eat. Let me get a second to catch my thoughts.
Bree, your dice are not treating me well yet.
Okay. At this point, Silver would have one bit her food, but making sure that it was carbo loaded enough that it wouldn't like backfire when after her workout. And then they would just be nodding back and forth at Skad and Mithluna's like banter and just being like, right on, right on. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. She's a little tired, so they're not exactly like focused on what the conversation is.
Oh, so you're at the table with us. You caught up with us after a minute?
Yeah. Girls gotta eat.
Yeah. Well, I guess now's a good time to regen because I told Mithluna. I'm trying to remember. Did Skad tell you about his new? No, Skad told you because you guys saw his name and title at the tree. So basically, that's the Baron.
Matt, you were so right. It is Jason Momoa. I thought it was the guy who was in the American Shameless.
Thank you. But so Scott basically is just like that's my boss, Dionysus.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you have new orders?
that's what I asked them when we got down here. It looks like they're just here for a good time. Because I mean, they have been here for a long time.
Fair.
Are
you worried about them being here?
I'm just a little, a little startled. But it should be okay. I mean, I was more nervous. It's sort of like having the whole party meet who I now work for at just so sudden. It was just the suddenness of it. Give me just a minute, I'll be okay. Nothing should be too bad about it, I don't think.
I get that. Meeting your Baron under duress is a little stressful.
I think it's more meeting the Baron when we're not under duress. Like, we're not fighting right now. So just walking down, seeing him waiting to eat, I'm just like, oh, okay. It just took me for a loop for a second. Is with my passive perception of 17, is he like watching or listening in? We're still down in the galley.
Not that you can tell.
Not that I can tell. Okay, cool. Yeah. We should be okay.
Scott, did you say fight? That's all I heard.
I said we're not in one right now. Just eat your breakfast.
I already ate it. I always one bite it. You should know this by now.
Well, go get more.
Yeah.
I don't want
to get
I'm full.
heartburn so bad.
I've been doing that this whole campaign and no one has said anything until now.
The way the indigestion and GERD are gonna get you.
I'm more worried about the hiccups.
I've been doing this entire campaign. We're on session 20. That is a skill issue if you haven't noticed.
What is indigestion if not stomach acid hiccups?
Don't ask.
You see,
Gil,
That's
say anything.
hardcore right there.
Anyways,
Mithluna's just savoring her curry because this is like the first time getting home food in months.
Oh, this is pretty
I'm
good.
not crazy, right, Guild? Always. She wine bites her breakfast.
That's what
Wombat's
I've heard, but then again, those are smaller
Ye-
portions that you have been given.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. She's gonna still try.
She's gonna choke on. You try to one bite curry, you're gonna choke on some soup.
It's liquid.
I'm not arguing this at this moment. It's
Yeah, no.
Anyways,
so
Skad, you said fight. You're not in a fight
mm,
yet. So do you want to be one?
so the individual we just met who took some food and went out onto the deck, that's my boss. That's my Baron, my new Baron.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
And we like him?
So far, he's pretty chill.
He's not like the creepy one, like the last vampire guy, right?
I mean, he does work shadow magic, but he's cool about it. You know, he doesn't try to be creepy.
Try to be creepy is different than is creepy.
Yeah. I was, I've been a little while before I agreed to the deal, but he broke me out of the deal with the last one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Charitable. Still doesn't
So
mean he's
now-
not creepy.
Oh, I haven't caught any vibes from that.
Oh, that's good. Well, if
Yeah.
you
So
you're
trust
not-
him.
You're not going to be an undead soldier for the other Baron then.
Oh, no. No. I got some other work I do now.
Awesome.
Good.
While Philly is up on deck and they're all eating downstairs, Philly has sunk down to the side of the ship and is just kind of munching on their sandwich. Watches Florida Man pop out his shadow chair. That's a real neat trick. Where'd you learn how to do that?
years of practice.
How does one practice summoning a shadow chair? Do you just sit on nothing for a few times and then by sheer will and spite one starts appearing, or
Roughly.
wall sits? Okay, that makes sense.
It's also a bit of what is your passive perception?
I think 14. Hold on, I should pull up my character sheet. Whoops. Whoopsie doodles. Nope. That's
I
not
think
the
it's
one I want.
13.
Oh, they changed their thing. Gross. Okay. Come on. Characters. Filigree. Passive perception. No, passive perception is 11. Passive insight 13. Investigation was the 14 one. So yes, passive insight is 13.
I was off of the perception, which I apparently need to change that.
Yeah, my wisdom's not that high.
Yeah, just looks at you and it takes a lot of mimicry.
Hmm. Uh, 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 nice to meet you. I'm Filigree, Ironblood. I'm part of a escort thing. You member of the crew? What's your name?
My name is Dionysus. Most people just call me Dio.
Theo. All right. You can call me Philly if you prefer. Pronouns if she they
He him.
he him. Got you. All right. So you didn't clarify. Do you work for the ship or are you just a passenger? What's
Just a passenger.
awesome. Is that food from downstairs? Because it does smell good. I'm just so afraid of throwing up anything else.
It is from downstairs.
All right.
And it is just as good as it smells.
Oh fuck. All right. I'm gonna try so hard to stand up, and I'm gonna ask you very kindly. It may be very funny, but could you wait until I get downstairs before cackling at this endeavor?
I'll do my absolute best.
It would be much appreciated. Sylvane, you're not gonna get that C sharp, so just come on, let's go get food, and then you could try again here in a moment.
Fiacre.
Oh, so sorry, Fiacre, you're right. Sylvane already just sounds like such a mythical name.
Aw,
Oh,
thank you. Honestly, out of character, I was like, what? I mean, of course I can't get a C sharp. Look, my vocal range only goes so far.
so sorry, Fiacre. Come on, let's go grab food. And then in the most awkward, old man groan grunt, try to keep balance, teeter totter, lean against the side of the ship, bounce back, and then kind of awkward toddles down the stairs.
Actually, before you get to the steps, Dio stands up and looks to you. If you need to borrow a pair of boots for a little bit to help with the whole, like, slippingness, I think I might have something for you.
Wait, you have boots that help with falling down?
A little bit.
Okay, don't tell any of the others, but I could use any help. I'm so desperate here.
No problem. And he buttons his coat up more, reaches into his pocket for a moment, and then pulls out a pair of boots that look very much like the boots that Henry was wearing. Very similar, but not the same.
I appreciate this very much.
No problem. And
I-
just leave them on the ship when you're done.
I don't have much on me, and I'm gonna like dig through and I'm gonna pull out one of my like bad kinetic sculptures, and it's gonna like take a minute as I keep like trying to set it. Like no, it'll balance. I swear.
It's fine.
Here, no,
It's
no,
fine.
here.
Fine.
It's
This
on the
it's
boat. It
the
moves,
payment.
it'll be fluffier.
The payment is my pure enjoyment.
That's so fucking ominous, my God. It's okay. All right. Well,
Helping people
God feels a
brings
chill go down his back.
helping people brings a smile to my face. Why I do what I do.
point of clarity. What is it that you do?
Help people.
Kill him.
You know what? It's been a long day. It's gonna be an even longer trip. I'm just gonna roll with it and accept that the kindness is a nice thing. All right, thank you. I will leave the boots once we get off this very practical way of travel. That I never want to get on again. All right, I'm gonna take the boots and toddle downstairs.
As a point of
Do I
clarification
notice
for
the
me,
boots?
as a point of clarification for me, I'm
Mhm.
guessing you wear like knitted socks with your boots.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't like that.
Does Skad notice the boots?
I wear
when they
socks
come
with
down?
my boots for sure.
I know of people who go barefoot in their boots.
No,
That's gross.
Silver.
Hold on.
That's gross.
Hold on. Can we
That's
just have
gross.
an out of character moment? That's gross.
Yeah, I know.
no.
So gross. Don't do
Stream.
that.
Hi, I know we've been in character for a little while. It's me, Sylvane. I'd like to take a moment to address you, stream, chat, and say if you don't wear socks with your boots, I know a really good therapist.
She's on
You do
your
know a
team,
really
too.
good
That is how you get corns. Don't do
and
that.
the stinky ass feet. Don't be stinky.
And really bad blisters, things like that.
Mhm.
I'm more caring about the smell. I don't give a shit how you keep your feet. Just don't make them smell. When there's ways to prevent that. The corns are on you, boo boo, but the smell, that's preventable.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, when Filigree joins back up with the group, you don't notice anything different, Skad.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, I just see the socks.
No. Philly is now wearing just her regular boots. Philly, you,
Oh.
because your passive perception is so low, you don't notice that the boots don't look the way that they did when he handed them to you.
All right, that's fine.
Oh wow.
Do they help me walk as the boat
Yeah.
sways? Oh, then that's all that matters.
You're feeling
Okay.
like an extra bit of grip that you didn't notice, that you definitely notice.
Okay, great.
Mithluna clocks this and goes, "Hey, you finally got your sea legs."
Yep, that's
Nice.
100% what happened here. There's
Insight check.
That
Alright.
doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Oh, not
Hey,
bad.
that's not bad.
I mean, that's a 22.
That does beat me, yeah. Because I rolled a 10.
Plus your whatever secrets.
Yeah, deception's not my highest charisma stat. It's only a +4, so only 14. It's fine.
Yeah.
Billy's lying.
Yeah. Right. Scott's just thinks for a second and is just like, did you meet anybody up on deck that was not part of the crew?
Yeah, there's another passenger out there. They had a shadow chair. Is kind of neat.
Uh-huh. Dio?
Yeah, it was him, Dio.
Yeah, so you know the title that you saw my name back at the tree?
Sure.
And he just points up to the deck in the general direction of Dio.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, have some curry. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my curry and then I'll go ask him how many people he did to go get. Oh fuck, it's been a day. How many people he had to go kill to get that title, and ask questions about their ascension. Well, no, they didn't ascend. They're like middle of the road, right?
I think they went first, then the gods went.
But
Right, they themselves are not a god. They're just a powerful
Yeah,
person.
they powered up, ascended first to the station they're in,
But not
um,
ascended, as into the lofty levels of divinity.
they are not a
I'd
god.
say- yeah, they're not.
Got it.
gods.
They're just a really powerful person. Got it.
Yeah, they're titans. Yep. I mean, I wouldn't bug him too much. Looks like he's just trying to chill, have a good time. He's got a busy job.
Yeah, but we're also doing stuff, and Dio up there has played this game before and might have more advice to offer us.
Also, why
Oh, shit, I should
chill?
have thought of that.
Why chill on this ship of all ships? I mean, I know the Jasper is great, but it's not a coincidence.
Billy is gonna make a very pointed gesture of looking at the rest of the party here and kind of like,
You know,
crazy. I wonder why.
He did back some of the last party that eventually became the gods.
See, so it could
Maybe
be
he's here to do that. Well,
a good thing.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I just didn't want to bug him too soon. I mean, we just got here. Plus, I was thrown for a loop. I didn't expect to see him
not-
here.
Gonna lick his ear. I'm just gonna ask him questions.
Wait, no, I want you to lick his ear.
Lick his ear. Now you
I'm
have
not
to.
gonna do that.
It'll help with the nausea.
It really will not. I don't know if you've ever like tasted earwax. It does not
God's
help
just
with
got
nausea.
stuck in a mental loop of the few conversations and meetings he's had with Dio. would Dio find that amusing, disgusting, gross, enticing? Like, how would Dio respond? And Scott eventually just gets to, nah, I ain't going there.
Multiple things can live in the same place.
Yeah, it's definitely a Schrodinger's response right now.
Yeah. I'm going to grab my curry.
God's just sitting there, just wondering if he should go up too, but ultimately just like, well, he'll call me if he's got orders.
And Mithluna just slides over kind of a sweet roll. Yeah, definitely a sweet roll. So we got curry and sweet rolls.
Good.
I don't know what this food is at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the meal goes without incident, as does the rest of the day. The next day rolls through, and as you're starting to get close to town, you see clouds coming in from the south. And with the town on the with the city on the horizon, there is a ringing song, first from the captain, and then the rest ringing out from the rest of the crew. And Mithluna, you definitely understand as the captain calls out, "We have to beat the storm!"
I go up on deck and see what I can do to help.
Fun
Yeah,
fact,
I'll...
Skad,
yes.
at the like beginning of the morning of the second day, right when you're waking up, Dio walks into your room, looks at you, just climbs under your bed, and when you look underneath, he's gone.
Scott just looks at that, takes a second, just stares off into the middle distance, shrugs, rolls over for another 5 minutes, then gets up for the day. He's just like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's gotten used to it by this point, you know. And he gets up and then he eventually hears he's gonna gear up. I'm gonna head up to the crow's nest, see if I can use my perception to kind of help glance and notice any paths to aid the ship if they can use me.
Before you get a chance to try and head to the crow's nest, seeing as you're offering to help, they will put you to work in other areas.
That works for me.
Upon hearing storm, Filigree in abject horror is like absolutely tying themselves.
You don't understand them yell out storm.
Oh, fantastic.
They're
Then
yelling
I
it out
say
in a
that's
different
great.
language.
Great. Fabulous. Then I'm going to continue to be ignorant to the situation. Awesome.
Hey, Llama, what's happening?
Oh, as she's about to like run up. Oh, storm is coming. You guys might want to go to the galley and like collect a couple like ginger sandwiches. They're really useful for storms if you're, new or little.
Hey, I'm
But
gonna
hold
go
on.
down to the I'm gonna go down to the galley and collect as many ginger sandwiches as I can hold in both of my fists, and I'm just gonna and then I'm gonna go sit in a corner and be
If
low.
Scott walks by, he's just gonna grab one, stuff it in his mouth, and just keep going.
I'm in the corner because I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Guild, but in a storm, in a mine, you go lower because it's safer. So that's my thinking, is I'm just gonna go a little lower and just hang out with my ginger handfuls.
Yeah.
But not all the way down in case the water gets all the way in.
Right.
In
So
his
just in the
bilge.
galley. Whatever the galley is. Bree does not know.
Fair.
Yeah. How many decks
Don't look at me
does
like
the
that,
ship
Cerrah.
have, not including the bilge hold?
2.
2. Okay. So main deck, galley, cargo, everything, then the bilge hold below.
Yeah, and there's some space. There's a captain's quarters underneath the.
Yeah, aft castle and a forecastle.
Mhm.
Yep.
Does since Fiacre has been kind of hanging around the captain and sort of the crew, just kind of inspiring the crew and trying to befriend the captain, do they notice anything? I mean, obviously they may not speak the right language to have heard the initial call, but I mean, are they told anything or do they notice anything?
Check a thing real quick. Oh yeah, some of your numbers are off. Some people's numbers are off in my notes. Okay, I'll get it fixed.
I have my my
Character
thing
page up.
up if you.
Yeah, I was checking your passive perception was a 12.
Yep.
But being on the deck, you can see that as he was yelling out, he points out towards the clouds, and you're able to suss together. They're trying to beat the clouds to getting to the city.
Yeah.
Sure, fantastic. So Fiacre is going to begin something of kind of a litany, of just reading aloud from a passage of nautical bravery in a sort of Homeric style epic, and trying to sort of give the crew some bardic inspiration, if you will.
As you begin to start, the captain takes a half step back, puts a hand on your shoulder, because I'm guessing you're sitting right next to him.
Sure.
Takes a half step back, puts a hand on your shoulder, looks you dead in the eye, and says, "I know you're trying to help. Either hands on deck, or get below deck."
We'll move out of the way then.
As a quick note, I don't speak Asri. Is that gonna cause me to be more in the way?
No, because you're basically giving the aid action to Mithluna.
Okay, yeah, I'm just using my quick moves and everything, handing whatever she needs.
Yeah. So, Mithluna, you're going to be the one that does this roll for me. The 2d20.
Dice do.
Come
Alright.
on. I just gave you those dice. You can do
You
it.
have advantage for your roll.
Oh, good. I might need it.
Let me get into... We'll go off of your dexterity.
Okay. Which is a
Plus 3.
plus 3. Perfect. That's why I did that.
Huh. While it doesn't... while you don't have the proficiency initially on here, you should have proficiency...
I had to take a different backstory. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, but you should have for free the proficiency with sea vehicles.
Okay.
Because you kind of
Yeah.
grew up with them.
Yeah. But I rolled an 18.
Total?
Yeah.
Including
Alright.
the proficiency bonus?
Yeah. So it was a 15, so plus 3. Oh, proficiency bonus.
Plus
How much
2,
is
so
it?
dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
See, the new dice are working.
Thank you.
Alright.
Vehicle and tools checks. I
I
love them.
forgot about those.
you are all the crew coming together, doing their parts. You are all able to make it to the dock with about an hour or two to spare before the winds start to truly pick up in a unfavorable way. Filigree, small note, you are missing a pair of socks. Like, they're just gone.
This
Stinky
happens
feet.
every time I travel. Always lose a sock. And why is it
Did I-
two? That's so very upsetting. It's
Did I
okay.
see a pair of socks in his pocket when he was sneaking away?
No.
Okay. Didn't think I did, but it would have been hilarious.
Fantastic. It's okay. I have more socks. I'm an experienced traveler. New socks. I'm also sitting in the corner with my cat, petting the cat, waiting for this all to blow over.
When you all get into docks, you hear the some shouting up top, and then a short bit later, each of you is found, and the same opportunity is relayed to each of you. You have two choices. Option one, stay on the ship as it rocks through the evening of the first storm. Or option two, we will let the gangplank down for a little bit so you can get off the ship and go to an inn.
I vote in.
I'll say this with my whole ussy. I want off of this boat immediately.
What about our charges?
They're
Oh.
planning on going to an inn.
Yep.
we
Oh,
should
then
probably
you have
go
to
with
go.
them if we're their protection.
What's that crew doing?
Like the actual ship crew,
Yes.
they're getting ready to weather out a storm on the ship.
Yeah, they're gonna batten down the hatches,
Mhm.
quite literally.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to do.
Fiacre's gonna stay on the ship.
As a reminder, Fiacre, you are on the bounty. If that changes your positioning.
What?
You all were given you all signed on to a bounty for escorting a two mages, an older one and a younger one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And those two are getting off of the ship.
For sure. I think Fiacre will stay with the ship to watch the ship, since that's the mode of transportation, since we have other people going with the actual charges themselves. We gotta have eyes on everything.
So who's staying on the ship? Who's getting off the ship?
Okay, you
I'm
need to
going
ask one
ashore.
question first and then the second question after.
Who's going ashore?
Who's going ashore? I would. Oh, God. Fiacre, come with us, please.
Oh, all right.
Thank
You're
you.
buying me
because-
drinks, though.
Yeah, I always buy your drinks.
Yes, you
Before
do.
we get off the boat, Filigree is going to leave the boots they are borrowing on the boat and then take their boots off.
When you go to take to set the boost that you were supposed to leave, you can't find them.
Yeah.
They're on the boat somewhere. I was told to leave them on the boat. I don't know where they are on the boat, but they are on the boat.
God says nothing. He keeps his mouth shut as he was instructed.
And I'm going to. Where else would they have gone?
I mean, Skad does like to steal things. Like, I don't know. There was this whole incident with a money pouch going on there for a second.
Oh, that was just you.
That was
fair.
that's between them and their gods. I didn't take the boots off the boat.
No
I-
idea. They're gonna put down this gangplank. We're gonna have to go across real fast. It's gonna be rickety and rocky, so we should get ready to go.
Oh, I hate that so much.
So after you get off of the ship, there are you're about midway through the like at a midway point on the docks themselves. Most of this city is like a shipping city. Like it's almost completely dedicated to the fact of this is a main dock. And there are 2 inns that you can see from your standing. There's one to the north that has a picture of a seagull with some notes carved into the sign. You get the idea that that would be the singing seagull. And to the south, there is a like dimmer lit inn where the sign is a fish inside of a mug, and as you're hearing it, that is the drunken fish. It is not assumed that people know how to read. So your choices are a slightly brighter lit inn or a slightly darker lit inn. Equidistance from you. They're both 4 stories tall.
Okay. So I love a CDN. I really do. But it's called the Singing Seagull.
And we also have to consider where the mages might want to stay.
Well, they're deferring to you.
Oh.
They were just insistent on getting off of the boat. And you can tell that the old man has hurled at least once. Today.
Well, I'm going to drink like a fish tonight, so I suppose...
Well, we also have to consider how well we can protect these folks, too. Can we protect them easier there or there?
Okay,
just
so
in case. Nothing should happen.
So it sounds so far like we have 1 vote for the drunken fish, 1 vote for the singing seagull. Am I understanding your request, Fiacre?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So there's 5 of us. What do you 3 want?
In the Rain and the Weather guild, can I tell which one might have
Pick the one you
less
think has
rough
the more
clientele?
fun name.
When it comes to like the clientele range, it's hard to tell either way.
Hard to tell.
As you're noticing that if it's that sailors are mostly staying on ships.
Yeah.
There's probably
I
another
want to check out
inn.
the screaming seagulls. Sorry to cut you off.
There's possibly another inn somewhere in the city, but it's going to be a trip to find it.
Yeah,
These 2 are here.
And I'm probably getting drenched even in my adventurer's coat.
Not yet, but
Not
it's
yet, but
incumbent.
It's yeah.
Let's do the seagull then.
Seagull? I'll throw into the seagull as well. Sorry.
All right,
Fiacre.
doesn't matter what we say, Silver. It's time to go.
Right.
All right. I'll lead the way to the screaming seagull.
Singing.
It's singing.
It was singing, but I kind of like how you say it, honestly.
Is there a difference with seagulls, whether they're screaming or singing?
That's what I was thinking. So I'm just going to keep calling it the screaming seagull.
Now I'm having an existential crisis with that one.
Okay, off to the screaming seagull. I'll lead the way. And she has an axe out in front of her, just pointed, and she's kind of like marching with her feetsies.
Scott's kind of walking off center, just keeping his eyes out for trouble that shouldn't happen, but he's being paid to do a job, so he's going to
Right.
at least do it.
When you get to the Singing Seagull, it is reasonably well lit. As you enter, you notice that there is a wood elf behind the bar. There is two young lads running around with trays. At one point, you see one of them walk from a table to the bar and then back to the table and drop off a little leather pouch. And then moments after that, they open up the pouch. The people sitting at the table open up the pouch and pull out some keys. The two kids, one of them is a tiefling. The other one is a half elf.
I would like to get around for everybody. I know Fiacre has like a really fancy drink that they like, but everyone else start up the tab. I got your drinks covered.
Yeah, no, Fiacre is drinking himself under the table tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll pay for your alcohol.
Philly is gonna go with the mage and the assistant to get rooms sorted out.
Mhm.
When you get to the bar, the woman looks over to you and smiles.
Mhm.
Yes, how can I help you?
I do believe we're gonna be needing some rooms for the night. At least two, ideally four, but two minimum. I don't know how full you are up considering the storm rolling in.
How many total beds do you need?
1, 2.
Okay, that's the
7.
complicated question. So
One alone for
two,
me, please.
yeah, two, four, because the mage and their assistant, and Silver and the others cuddle. So like four and one like big bed.
How many people are you needing
Oh,
accommodations
that's
for?
7.
7.
That is 7.
All right, I have one group room available.
Hmm.
Normally they house 8, but I can, if you pay for that 8th bed, you can have that room to yourself. I have a couple estate rooms. Each of them houses 3 and 3 good-sized beds. And I do have a suite open, but it is not the cheapest thing.
Let's oh, what's the difference? I gotta know. First, I'm gonna make sure that everything's okay with our escort. I'm assuming because they're an NPC, they're fine. Um, but what's the general difference in price between that suite and that room that sleeps 8? Just curiosity.
A suite is going to cost you 2 silver per person. The uh bulk the bulk rooms are usually 1 copper per bed per night. They usually, that's why they close out fast.
Let's go ahead and book up one of that suite then. So that's 14 silver then.
Wait, hold on a second.
Mhm.
Because Filigree, the reason why I'm saying that is I plan on, well, Fiacre and I probably will drink you out of house and home. Any way that we could lower that price for the room and compensate with alcohol?
I'll be able to get you. The suite itself comes with 4 drinks, dinner, and breakfast.
I'm happy to play that 14
Yeah,
silver.
that's yep.
Yeah.
So I got that covered.
And then if we need to stay a second night, I'll cover the next night.
Note, when she's talking about drinks, the free drinks, they are
The weak stuff.
yeah, it's just simple pour ale. Well, actually, it's
Yeah.
not even pour ale.
So-
It's bucket ale.
So Silver's gonna slide over 3 pieces of gold and say, "I want the strong stuff," and make sure, and they'll point over to Fiacre, make sure their glass is never empty.
If we get into a fight while Fia is drunk,
3 gold,
this is
okay?
gonna get funny.
Give me 1 second. I'm having to roll something.
You just can't call them that. That's all. You just can't call them that. But other than that, we're all good.
So Silver, you worry about
That'll be fine.
Okay, I'll give you 3, and then I'll
Please.
also add a piece of silver on top of it as, like, a tip.
She takes a moment. As she passes the gold to the edge of the counter, you see her press it into the corner before dropping them into something below the counter.
Does she also do that to the silver?
All of the coins. Specifically the gold.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
I know that she's probably doing it to make sure that they're real, but is she doing that because she's racist against dwarves?
No.
Okay.
It's just this group has shown up and is starting to throw around a lot of money.
Okay. That's fair. I was like,
So-
wow. Prejudice against dwarves.
No, it's more of a
More
like
negotiating.
obviously adventurers and paying with a lot of money.
Anyway,
Silver will look over to Fiacre. If you have any issues with your glass being empty, let me know. You should be covered though.
Anyway, I'm gonna take my well whiskey and go sit in the corner. Excuse me.
And
Silver will also lean in and whisper, make sure their glass isn't empty either. And she'll flick another piece of gold at you.
Oh my.
she checked
Oh.
the coin as well and puts it down below.
Do I spot anybody in the room? Do I get any indication of anyone in my network here, or no?
Of anyone in your network?
In the
Yeah.
Onyx Nightshade.
Roll me a
I'm just peeking around just in
Yeah.
case. If no one's here, it's not that big of a deal.
roll me a d20.
Flat 10.
No, is that what you rolled?
Yeah, 10 on the die.
Okay. Yeah, you're not seeing anyone.
Yeah. didn't
That's
think so.
basically
Just-
that was a percentile to me.
yeah, I was just doing a quick check, like, all right, yeah, cool. No contacts, don't need to worry. I'm gonna head up to the room with the mages, make sure we get set of them in. Later on, before they go to bed, I'm gonna ritual cast alarm at their doorways just to make sure no one gets in at them.
All right. Hey everyone. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to call this session a bit early. There is a unfortunate circumstance that has arisen that has to be taken care of for the betterment of the table. Thank you all very much for joining us on this session of Realm of the Lost Gods. We look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, be well, roll safe, and enjoy the tavern. Hey everyone, Guild here, your illustrious director. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Realm of the Lost Gods. If you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon to get notifications whenever we post a new session. You can also catch us live every first and third Tuesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. Central Time over on twitch.tv/BlackBarrelTavern. Until next time, be well, roll safe, and enjoy the tavern.